Honestly, if I could read without my glasses just to avoid glare, I would. Anyway, today I will be doing the Authortube Newbie tag. I can't remember who this tag was originally by, and I wasn't tagged by anyone, but I will leave all related links down below for you guys to check out. Question 1 is, how did you find out about Authortube? I think I discovered Authortube sometime last week. Can't remember his channel name, but I think his name is Cam. He did a discussion video about Authortube, and then that led me to Lily Mead, who then led me to Jenna the Dark One, I think that's her channel name, and she did this tag. Question 2 is, what genres do you write in? Within the past few years, I've been writing a lot in contemporary, but when I was in high school and kind of my first years of university, I did write a few supernatural type short stories. Question 3 is, what is your preferred writing tense, point of view, and category of stories? For some reason, I tend to automatically write in past tense. I'm not sure if I actually prefer writing in past tense or present. It's just kind of what I tend to do. But when it comes to POVs, I really like writing in third person limited. Question 4, are you a plotter, pantser, or plantser? For the longest time, I used to be a pantser, but I also realized that is probably the main reason why I never finish any of my longer stories. So within the past year especially, I've tried to plot out my novel, but I kind of hate plotting. Question 5, are you a self-published, published, or yet to be published? I am yet to be published. Question 6, what publishing company, literary agent, and or printing company are you represented by or use? If you're not yet published, what is your dream publishing house and or literary agent? Either Random House or HarperCollins. Question 7, what Authortube related videos can we expect to find on your channel? I tend to do a lot of discussion type videos, just whatever's on my mind. Mostly it's to do with writing. I do a lot of vlogs as well. The usual kind of booktube type stuff like book reviews, book discussions. I also do a lot of kind of TV show discussions and movie reviews and stuff like that. Question 8 is, when did you start writing? I mean, if we're talking like when I started writing like an actual story, like an actual longer piece, I would say like when I was probably 15. Question 9, what was the first story you ever wrote? Recently I found this journal in our garage and I looked inside and there were pages and pages of fan fiction, and it was dated, and I think I wrote them when I was 7, so this was before fan fiction was even a thing. I used to apparently really like writing fan fiction about Westlife, the boy band. They were my childhood boy band. Question 10, what authors have inspired your writing the most? One would probably, I would say, Neil Gaiman. I don't write a lot of fantasy and I don't read a lot of fantasy, but Neil Gaiman is one of the only kind of fantasy authors that I really like. And I also really love a lot of spoken word poets. For example, Sarah Kay writes her imagery in this kind of rhythmic way. I don't know, it's nice to kind of listen to rhythmic type metaphors and stuff like that. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm making sense. The other poet that I have recently found who I really like as well is Rudy Francisco. I really loved one of his poems. It's called My Honest Poem. Actually, I'm gonna give you guys 2 of my favorite lines from that poem. One of them is, I'm clumsy, yesterday I tripped over my self-esteem and landed on my pride. And the other one is further on in the poem where he goes, you'll grind my bones into powder and get high on my fault lines. I don't know why, but I just love that. I love the way it sounds. I don't know how to even explain it because I don't like the fluffy is not the right word because fluffy sounds demeaning, but I don't tend to gravitate towards the writing style of like Alice in Wonderland, because that's a little too fantasy for me. I'm rambling a little bit, but another author that I really want to mention because I do like her writing style is E. Lockhart. Anyway, I've spent too long on this question, so let's move on. Question 11. Do you schedule your writing sessions or simply get into writing whenever you can find the time? I don't always schedule my writing sessions, to be honest. I don't write every day. I really would like to get into the habit of being able to write every day, but I have scheduled my writing in the past when I've like participated in NaNoWriMo or Camp NaNoWriMo. Question 12. Do you type on a computer, typewriter, write everything out by hand, or use a blend of those? And where do you write in general? I tend to write either on my bed or downstairs in the corner on the ground next to the door that leads to my backyard. And when it comes to my kind of writing method, it took a really long time for me to get over my stubbornness and write on a computer. I realized it wasn't actually great for my hand and my wrist, so I converted to writing on my laptop now. But I still write a lot of my kind of planning and brainstorming and kind of character building and stuff like that. I would do those by hand just because I can't do those on the laptop because I don't feel like I'm progressing. Question 13. What are you most looking forward to now that you're a part of Authortube? I think I'm most looking forward to talking about writing with more writers, because I have been doing YouTube videos for almost 2 years now, and I've been trying to find a lot more writers, so I'm glad that this whole community is a thing. Anyway, that is all from me today. Like I said, I will leave all related links down below. Yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you guys soon.